Okay, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. All praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Double honor to our apostles and elders, a great millstone, and shalom to the elect. And basically, he's going to go into a topic. You know, me and the brother was just discussing. You know, we was breaking bread and we was just, talking about spiritual highs and spiritual lows, and it's something that from what talking to different brothers, it actually happens. To where you get into like a spiritual low, if you will, when you feel like you know um, you're not doing as much as your potential. All right. And you feel like you should be doing more videos. You feel like you should be praying more, or reading more, or being around the Akim more. You know, uh, you know those that feeling of your mind is gonna occur. That thought in your mind is gonna occur. Part of it is that Satan is tempting you. And also too, Satan is tempting you, and basically trying to tell you you're not a man of the Lord. You know, but scripture that that popped up in my mind as I was talking to the brother, you know, uh, was Psalms 137. All right, is one Psalms 137 in right verse verse 5. If I forget thee, O Jerusalem, this is King David talking. He's speaking in the spirit. If I forget thee, O Jerusalem, let my right hand forget her cunning. Right? If I do not remember thee, let my tongue cleave to the roof of my mouth. If I prefer not Jerusalem above my chief joy. So as long as that's still in your mind, you have Jerusalem, you have the brotherhood, you have this truth, number one, set in your mind. Like I said, you may not be doing the necessary things that you think that that you should be doing. As long as that's in your mind, you know, actually checking yourself on it. That's actually having Jerusalem as your on your mind, as your chief joy. All right. So yeah, man, you could use that just as a foundation right there in itself to get back up and then get on the good foot, so to speak, man. The scripture that we always like to quote is what? A just man falleth 7 times and get it back up, but the wicked falleth into mischief. All right? Because the wicked falls into mischief. Why? Because he didn't keep Jerusalem as his chief joy. All right? He forgot about Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. Therefore, when that happens to a man, his tongue cleaves to the roof of his mouth. All right, meaning what? He becomes dumb. Okay, now the scripture says what? That wisdom opened up the mouth of the dumb. Okay, so just remember the foundation. The foundation, the bare essentials to this truth, and dwell in it and dive in it. Because that'll open up your spirit again. You know. Now, one of the main things is that you should learn as a younger man coming into the truth. One of the basics, some of the basic things, all right, that you need to learn, that you should learn coming into the truth, is prayer and fasting, man. All right, because that's essentially how you shake demons at the end of the day. Because when you get into those spiritual lows, it's nothing but demons messing with your mind, telling you you're not a man of the Lord, telling you you ain't you're not fit for the kingdom, or telling you all kinds of madness and evil thoughts running through your mind, tempting you with brethren, telling you you know giving you evil thoughts about your brothers and things of that nature. All right, and when you become overwhelmed with these thoughts, if you will, and your spirit is weighed down, that's the best time to pray and fast, man. All right, because remember the story with Yahweh Shai. I had it on deck. Let me get it again. When Yahweh Shai told the disciples uh, they couldn't exercise those demons, right? This is Mark chapter 9, All right. And Yahushua exorcised the demon. This is verse 27. But Yahushua took him by the hand and lifted him up, and he arose. Right. And when he was come into the house, his disciple asked privately, why could not we cast him out? Meaning, eventually, you know, translating to the topic, you're gonna come across certain obstacles that become harder being in this truth. The scripture says what? To much is given, much is required, right? So as you obtain more and more knowledge, as you obtain more and more knowledge, guess what? More and more demons is gonna arise, man. All right, stronger demons are gonna arise, right? So the disciples asked, he said, why could not we cast him out? And he said unto them, this kind can come forth by nothing, but by prayer and fasting, right, man? Because that's how you advance in the spirit, man. That's how you strengthen your spirit, man. All right, by prayer and fasting, man. All right. Why? Because prayer deals with faith, and you calling on Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Scripture says what? Therefore, when I am weak, ye are strong. All right. So our strength is in our weakness, in submission. All right. A lot of times those be the cases where, you know, when the Lord puts you on the spiritual lows, he wants you to submit more, man. All right. It's like the narrow passage, if you will, the narrow gate becomes narrower, you know. So you gotta, you know, make yourself fit enough, if you will, to get through the narrow passage, man. All right, because every day, every week, you know, it's a battle, it's a fight. All right, and then it's not a physical fight. The main fight ain't when you out in the streets, you know, teaching the word of the Lord. That's a part of the fight, you know. But the main fight is all throughout the week in your mind, battling your flesh, battling your desires. And when your desires, your fleshly desires, you know, become overwhelming, you have to strengthen the spirit. The scripture says what? The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. All right? And especially being in this world, being in Babylon, it's easy to feed the flesh, but it's harder to be spiritual. So the more harder it is, the more work you need to the more exercise, man. That's what I'm trying to convey. You have to exercise your spirit. You have to exercise your demons, essentially. All right? And the main thing is about prayer and with fasting, man. And okay, and I'm gonna just read this as well. This is Wisdom of Solomon. All right. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 4, right? I'm gonna start at verse 1. Love righteousness, ye that be judges of the earth. Think of Yahweh with a good heart, and in simplicity of heart seek him. Right, and that's the goal right there. Us trying to be, you know, judges, the next judges up on deck to rule the planet Earth, you know, and be joint heirs with Yahweh Shai. All right, the goal is to seek him more, man. All right. Verse 2, for he will be found of them that tempt him not, and showeth himself unto such as do not distrust him. Right. So because when you tempting the Lord when you going astray too far, all right, there's a certain boundary that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua will allow you to go if you're one of his. But if you're not one of his, he's just going to, you know, just let you go. But if you are one of his, he's going to do something to you to snatch you back. All right? To make you submit. Okay? And it's better. I know I read that, and I'll see if I can get it in a second. You know, but basically the Lord, man, it's better for you to submit to the Lord than him making you submit. All right. So the best bet is to get to the fasting, get to the work as soon as possible, man. All right, before you get put to work. Okay. It says, "For froward thoughts separate from the Most High." The word froward means to be crooked. All right. For froward thoughts separate from the Most High, and His power, when it is tried, reproveth the unwise. Right, man, because the Most High jack you up, man. All right, for your froward thoughts. Verse 4, "For into a malicious soul wisdom shall not enter, nor dwell in a body that is subject unto sin." So if you're still learning in this knowledge, and you are still growing in the knowledge, and you got your mind on Yahweh Shem Yahushua, then you know that you're not a malicious soul, man. Because that's ultimately what Satan's trying to basically get in the minds of the elect, is that what? That you're a malicious soul, man. But you gotta remember, you know, you gotta remember the key elements to this truth, you know, and get back, hey man, get back on the breast, man. Turn them videos on, man. You know, face the east and pray, man. You know, call up a brother, man, and chop it up with him. All right. Don't try to feed the flesh. Don't call your woman up, tell her, "Oh, we gonna hit the bar, get some drinks," and then you just feeding your flesh, man, because you gonna lose like that, man. All right. But essentially, this is for, you know, for brothers that, you know, sometimes get those spiritual lows, and then, you know, you just gotta remember, man, that, you know, that Yahweh Shem Yahushua is supping with you still, and you gotta remember you're not a malicious soul, so therefore you gotta get to work, man. Just get to work, man. All right. They say that the mind is a devil's playground. All right. Or the scripture says what? The heart is deceitful above all things. So if you sit around, I don't know, you know, you pondering too much, just thinking too much. First of all, that shows a lack of faith. Second of all, you just gotta just gotta go to work, man. The more you dwell on something, the more it saturates, and the more it weighs you down. You just letting those demons win, as opposed to just, like the scriptures say, girding up your loins of your mind and going to work, man. All right. So, you know, let me see if I can find that scripture real quick that I was thinking about, you know. Because you want to get to work before the Lord put you to work, man. And we see that now being in Babylon, right? Why? Because what? If we kept the Lord's statute commandments correctly, we did our work correctly, we wouldn't be going through the shit that we going through, man. All right? Let me see if I can find it. Oh, this is a good scripture right here. Proverbs 24:10. "If thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small." Hey, man, so a lot of this stuff is tests too, man. You know, a lot of this stuff, the Lord weighs on your mind to see what you're going to do about it, man. To see if you're really strong, to see if you're really going to show yourself faithful, man. Because the scripture says what? The things that we go through now are not worthy to be mentioned, for we have greater promises, man. You know? Yeah. Well, I can't find it. I guess the Lord just wanted me to read that. The Spirit wanted me to read that. Probably find it as soon as I'm done. Right. But yeah, man. Hey, brothers get the point, man. All right. Yeah, brothers get the point, man. You know, just stay strong in your fight, man. You know, when a person, you know, when you know your body, you know, if you like to stay in shape, you go in the mirror, you look, you see that, you know, your weight is down or whatever the case is, or you feel like, you know, your body ain't as attacked as much as possible. What do the next day? You hit the gym, you do your push-ups or whatever. You just get right to it, man. Because the more and more you sit there and just keep looking at your body all, you know, like, damn, I'm not what I used to be. You know, that moping spirit, you just going, that ain't gonna help. You gotta do what helps, man. All right, and the scriptures say, make no thought, man, as well, man. Stop thinking so much, man. Just go to work, man. All right, all praise to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. The one of our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom, man. We almost up out of here. Shalom.